The person who tried to hurt you is going to suffer. They already are suffering. You don't have to do anything about it. It's already happening. You know who it is if it's for you. They try to put out your light. No one can dim your light. They're seeing how protected you are. They know that they can't do anything to you now. They really thought they had something on you, and they never did. They thought they were going to do something to you. Like, they really thought they did something. The most powerful thing you can do is ignore it. That's the most powerful thing. Spill tea, Oracle deck. Shared experiences, unfiltered truth. Now that they realize they can't do anything to you, they want to come in and talk to you. They think if they found some kind of common ground, they could speak their truth. They think the truth is obvious as well. They also have lied to themselves thinking they really didn't try to do anything to hurt you, but they know they did. This person has a lot of deep emotional wounds that you don't know about. Things that they're too ashamed to tell anybody. And my head is buzzing so loud as I say this, but they're too proud to even say anything. And I'm not trying to get you to really feel sympathy. And really, that's not about letting them get away with it. It's just having enough compassion to realize everybody has a story. You can't judge someone until you walk a mile in their shoes, really. And I know everybody wants to jump right to canceling someone. And this person deserves to be canceled by a lot of people, if you look at it that way. I don't really believe in that myself. I think that's the opposite of what we're supposed to come here to do. I'm not saying people don't need to learn, but this whole canceling thing, you don't have to be their karma. And people whose lives revolve around canceling everybody, that's a beacon pointed right back at them too. A spotlight on them for saying that. You know, people then start looking at them. And why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they? But this person has a lot to learn, and they are learning. It's also really immature. Home-based, many choices. Oh, did they take something from you? I just got that. You need to look at what you can do at home. Okay? You have many choices. If this is for you, you know what it is. Look, I know a lot of people don't want to do certain things that require a lot of work, a lot of free work until you finally get paid. Certain things like writing books, content creation, anything on social media. Like, let's say you just want to sell a digital product, which there are actually a lot of great digital products out there. I've bought them, you know, and there are people selling just courses, whatever. I think the course bubble has kind of burst, unless it's something you really want. Like, I think about doing courses for stuff people ask me about because I just don't have time to go back and forth with people. It's one thing to do that. It's another thing to just create courses for the sake of creating courses because you're trying to sell a course, you know. What I mean is, get out of that headspace, because maybe you do have something to offer. That's the whole thing, is stuff can't be free. When things are free, that's fear. Let go of that. Let go of that. Like, I just had something happen to myself, and I'm not trying to say spend money to make money, but sometimes you do. You have to listen to your spirit. I had to think long and hard before a decision I just made, and it turns out it was just like the best decision ever, because you got to do what aligns with you. And if you're just holding on to money, you know, or holding on to what people think, oh, I can't work for myself, whatever. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. A lot of people who say that kind of stuff, a lot of the stuff, the naysayers, they haven't been on this side of it. Also, don't give your time away. Oh, you know what? This is someone who got mad at you for not giving your time away. They got mad because they thought you would just give them everything. Your time is worth something. Your time really is worth something. Like, I saw a young content creator. This doesn't have to be about content creation. It's just in general. I saw a young lady a few weeks ago saying she was trying to do everything for free. And she goes, I see it now. Free doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And you let people bully you into it. And when you first go into it, you think, oh, I'll be that person. I'll talk to everybody for free. I'll do this for free. I'll do that for free, until you get burned by one or a multitude of people. And suddenly you're like, I cannot do that. I can either do this or that. I can either produce. Look, what I'm basically telling you is this person tried to change you. They tried to make you do something that just wasn't aligned with you. It's time for you to be aligned. That's what I mean. They can't dim your light. Your light is shining so bright. Like, they wanted to take that light and divert it somewhere. They can't do that, okay? They can't do it. It's not like water. You know, they would have to like physically move the lighthouse for you to move. You know, it's not like water that you can just divert. I just got that download. That's really interesting. If somebody does try to dim your light, you know, it's really not that easy to divert light. You can reflect it like the moon reflects the sun. Diverting light is harder. It's harder because the light's always going to shine through. I mean, it's hard because it's going to get through every little crevice. to block out light. But like I said, to divert it, that's a different thing. That's interesting. You can reflect it different ways. You can use like a prism. Anyway, sorry, now I'm getting deep thinking about the properties of light. But what I mean is you have a lot of choices. Don't listen to anyone who says you don't. And you know what else? A big lesson I've learned. Look, I've been taking my own advice lately, guys. I want you to know, if you've listened this far, I really want you to know. There's so much I wish I could tell you. Speak life. Let yourself believe it. Have deep imagination sessions where you get what you want and also a big one I was just going to say. A big one. Don't tell people. They don't need to know. Let them be naysayers. They don't need to know. Like there was something recently and, oh gosh, I'm just going to say a few people tried to talk me out of stuff because they didn't get it. They weren't seeing it the way I was. And finally, I just had to make my own decision. Turns out it was the best decision. Some people can hold you back. That's what I'm getting here. These people, person, whatever, is holding you back. They couldn't hold you back. They could not dim your light. They couldn't divert your light. Your light just kept shining through. It melted something. Maybe they used ice. It melted the ice. It was so bright. It was so warm. Anyway, I'm just saying, wow, that's such a deep download I keep getting. Like when somebody does try to come against you and you let it get to you, it's like, don't worry about it. You are light as long as you're acting in the light. If you're darkness, if you're cold, if your intentions are bad, really, that's darkness. Gosh, I just got this download. Yeah, that's like lower. That's cold, frozen. That's not good. The reason I'm saying that is because I've been getting that download about my garden. I have a garden outside that got frosted. Wow, it just changes so much when everything frosts, And I just thought about that, about how frost, literally, it's just water, like the morning dew, the overnight moisture mixed with the low temperature, and it kind of just happens slowly, like one frost after another until finally everything's gone. That frost, that cold weather, that's all it takes to kill something. That's all it took for a few plants. Some of them died right away. Some didn't. Some are still going when they shouldn't be. And some are evergreen. They're just going to keep going all year round. You're evergreen. They can't do anything to you. Even the cold, even the frost. They tried to do that. You melted it away like you were you're light. See, now I'm using a different metaphor. There's a lot to unpack here. These metaphors about plants and frost and seasons and everything. So I'm going to just move on. But your light is going to shine through. If your intentions are pure, then it's light. It's not darkness. That's why really darkness is not going to go as far. It's just going to freeze everything. You're not going to get as good a return on your investment. Well, you're just going to do so much better if you're light. Even plants that are evergreen need light to grow. Even if the frost doesn't kill them, they need light to grow. Be light. Don't give in to the darkness. That's why this happened. That's why people who come against you, it's like they're just expelled. Your light's too bright. They come in with something cold. You melt it. You're too powerful. They know that. Rest in that. You don't have to do anything to get karma. Their karma's already here. You have choices. You know what's funny? I looked at this and said, you have choices. And then this came out, you are good at many things. Yes, you have nothing to hide and you put out good energy. Do not let them get to you. This person's really jealous because they can't do what you can do, but they also don't know what you can do. They hold you back if you take their bad advice. You don't need their bad advice. Don't listen to them. You have nothing to hide. Put out good energy. They can't dim your light. You already have the victory. Let's just speak that you're out of there. What would your ideal life look like if this wasn't going on? Think about a few seconds of what happiness would look like for you. If you could go anywhere, do anything. Think of something very realistic in your life. Think of something that you would just love to do, okay? Even if it's just something small. I'm going to tell you what worked for me, and I did this recently, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep doing it. In fact, I almost forgot I did it, but I'm always telling you to have long, focused imagination sessions, okay? I'm not the only one telling you to do this, but I did it by accident. Things started happening to me, and now I realize, okay, this is a thing. This is a thing people do. Mind, the power is all in your mind, Neo. Put out good energy. Jesus is trying to tell you all this, but anyway. You need to work in the 5 senses plus 2 others. So it's really 7 senses. The other 2 are vestibular and proprioception. That means getting up, walking around, making decisions. Basically, if you ever written a book, like you ever written fiction, some people don't know what this experience is like, but I have. And sometimes the characters just get up and walk and start doing things. You'll be writing and like typing or whatever, and just like having a daydream or something, like you think you're in control of it. All of a sudden it feels like it controls you. It feels like you're just watching a movie or just channeling somebody, a person, and you're just like, where's this coming from? There'll be a plot twist or something that you didn't even expect. Anyway, I just want you to know that's how I've accidentally manifested things before. That's the process. That's why you got to really get into a deep session. And I mean like a scene in a movie or a TV show or even a play. And there are other ways to do it, like, but really keep it simple. But I'm going to talk about something really specific here. And since you've listened to this far, I'm going to tell you what happened a little bit. I thought, what do I really want? What do I want? Because I didn't know where I wanted to travel. Travel feels weird right now, like places I would have wanted to travel. I don't know where to go. I don't really know where to live. I just had this imagination session of what it would feel like. I just imagined myself walking my dog. I have a Chihuahua. He's 10 pounds. Walking him along a boardwalk in front of a beach. Maybe not even a boardwalk, but like a sidewalk. Just like walking him along a beach and listening to the sounds of the beach. Like we're walking, I feel the pavement below me. Because really it's on a sidewalk. I was thinking about a sidewalk at the time. I hear the waves. He's excited. He's looking around. You know, my dog is. He's looking at the seagulls and stuff. But it's not even like really hot because I actually am more of like a fall, winter beach person. I used to go all the time when I lived closer to it. And I just love to go look at the ocean. And for whatever reason, I get to stay there for a while without any worries and just do what I want and have fun and walk my dog near the ocean. I just had a whole session about it, like what it would feel like just to walk along with him. Where's he taking me? What's going on? He starts barking at stuff. I could go on from there. But anyway, I'm just going to say, that's how a thought form is created. Like you'll hear others like Joe Dispenza. I've heard him talk about it too. When I realized this was happening to me, doing stuff like this, and then it came into being, I'm like, whoa, this works. Let me tell you, something happened where I really can't give away the whole thing. I'm just going to say, 2 days ago, I had all but forgotten I even had that little imagination session. But things happened, okay? I'm just going to say the earth shifted. We talk about the ascension and all this. We talk about the earth changing. I just feel like maybe our timelines get better. Like you're living in your own timeline. I'm not the first one to say this. I've seen other people say it. Like, worry about your mind. Don't get so focused on what the news is telling you. What's going on. This country is against that country. There are some theories out there that maybe that's been created because it's been discussed so many times. Maybe that's been manifested. Maybe that's been imagined. Think about it. You get enough people to talk about this and have theories about it and decide what's going on. I wonder if that could affect reality for some people. Maybe just focus on yourself and not so much on, I think this is going to happen. I think this is prophesied, whatever. Focus on you. And that is the unfiltered truth. You are good at many things. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.